Well, good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you all are here today. And those of you joining us online, I'm glad you're with us today. We're going to stand together and muster up some joy.
Fountain Good morning. How's everybody doing? Wonderful. I'm like, I don't know what's happened here. Wait. Okay. Now I'm ready. How is everybody this morning? Oh my gosh, isn't it a lovely day to be here? It's just glorious. So, before we move on any further, let's pray in. Giving great thanks for this day, for this beautiful day, knowing that Spirit is all there is. Spirit is forever expressing, and it expresses as all form everywhere, and we know that we are that. We are some part of the one life of God. We are one thread in that infinite tapestry that God weaves, that tapestry of life, and we know without us there, it would not be the same. So I give great thanks for each and every one here, for those who are online, our Vision community online, for those who chose to go to the beach this morning because it's such a beautiful day, knowing they too are part of God. Everyone, everywhere, everything, animal, vegetable, and mineral, is an outpicturing in physical form of a spiritual idea. And that's what Spirit does. It forever and always outpictures itself in form. I give great thanks for this divine creative process and how it works from the divine and how it works through us in our own personal lives. I know and accept that there is one life. It is God's. It is whole, perfect, and complete. It is our life right here and right now. And so it is.
And so it is.
Yay. Welcome, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, good. We got this like little lull going here, don't we? Between like 4th of July weekend, and we're going to be going into Pride weekend, and then there's Comic-Con weekend. Oh my gosh, July's just packed with all sorts of fun and wonderful things to do. I love it. Yay. And speaking of Pride weekend, we're celebrating Pride Month this month because it's San Diego Pride. I'd like to bring over Joe Nell. He will be doing our spotlight for Pride today. Yay.
Hey everyone, happy Pride. Okay, the person that I'm spotlighting is someone that I personally had the opportunity and the privilege and the honor of actually serving while I was a volunteer at the Center in Addison, the LGBT Senior Center in Chicago. She's a woman who displayed so much grace and poise and lightness when she entered the room, and such a good sense of humor, incredible sense of humor. She was the manifestation of what we say in New Thought, light, love, and laughter. And her name was Mama Gloria. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work. Chicago's Black trans icon, Gloria Allen, blazed a trail for trans people. No. Okay. Sorry about that. It just decided it didn't want to. She blazed a trail for trans people like few others before her. She was born in 1945 and grew up amid the celebrated black sissy balls, and what those were drag balls that were held in Chicago starting in the 1800s. And she grew up on the South Side and transitioned after high school with the love and support of the women in her family. Her mother Alma, a former showgirl and jet centerfold, who taught her about makeup, and her grandmother, Mildred, a seamstress who designed her clothes for her. Gloria overcame traumatic violence to become a proud leader in her community. Most famously, she pioneered a charm school for young trans people that served as an inspiration for the hit play Charm. Gloria aged with joy and grace at a time when Black trans women in America face escalating violence and make up the majority of trans people killed each year. She passed away at 76 a few years ago. I knew her because she lived in the LGBT supportive housing behind the LGBT Senior Center. A documentary about Mama Gloria was created and can be viewed via streaming. You can see it online. And one last thing I want to say is when November approaches, please come from justice, fairness, and equality. Because as a gay man who's walked down the streets of my neighborhood and had men slow down their car and yell homophobic slurs at me and threaten physical harm and then throw a beer bottle at me, please, in November, come from love, not fear. Because your actions impact other people, impact me and the LGBTQIA+ community in ways you can't even imagine. So thank you.
We need to put that in prayer, don't we? Absolutely. So, breathe. We have licensed practitioners around the room, licensed practitioners and ministers, and they're here to pray with us and for us all the time. Please identify yourselves. Raise your hands. I love to see this. Look at all these wonderful people. We are blessed. We are blessed by having licensed practitioners and ministers here that will know the truth for us, that will pray with us and for us all the time. There is a prayer request form in your bulletin. You can fill it out. You can even ask for a phone call back. You can even check the little box that says, leave it on the voicemail. You can do that too, and they will leave a lovely prayer request, a lovely prayer on your voicemail in answer to the prayer request. And so you can listen to it over and over. It's a wonderful way, to change our thinking, right? You listen to it over and over. It's a wonderful way to change our thinking, change our life. So do that. Don't leave here without getting prayer support. For our online community, we have the meet and greet rooms, and so you can go to a breakout room and get one-on-one prayer there, as well as here in the room, you can meet with a practitioner. You can go into one of our classrooms and get one-on-one prayer here too. However you would like to be served in prayer, we are here to do that because we know that prayer changes things. So do that. Fill out your prayer request form or give somebody a call. Or there are practitioners' names on the back of those prayer forms with their phone numbers. You can take it home with you and then call somebody from home too. However you would like to be served in prayer, because we absolutely know prayer changes things. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is we have guest packets. We always have guest packets, don't we? Here they are, because Patricia Coughlin does this diligently every week. Thank you so much. She makes sure that we have guest packets, and they tell you a little bit about Vision as a spiritual community, our affiliation with Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, big, the mothership, and what we believe, right? What we believe, like Ernest Holmes said, what we believe. And what he said in his ministry is that we are surrounded by a power and presence, that it responds to our most predominant thoughts and it outpictures accordingly. So grab one of these. If you haven't seen one before, even if you're a member and you haven't seen one before, just get one and look it over and find out what it's all about and give it to a friend if you'd like to do that. And we can grow Vision accordingly, right? There's also a greeting on it. We're going to say it together. You ready? You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Now turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision. Doing well. I love it. We're just social and chatty. I love that. You ready? You ready? We're going to sing our centering song to prepare us for the 5-minute meditation. Take it away, James.
God is breathing me. God is beating my heart. God is breathing me. God is breathing me. God is beating is breathing me. God is beating my heart. God is breathing me.
So, good morning. My name is LaTanya Dixon. I am a licensed practitioner here at Vision. Please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence and allow the tones of the bow to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. And by our founder, Ernest Holmes, if a really constructive person should fail, they laugh at it and go to work to become successful again. They never identify themselves as failure. They have the creative viewpoint that is, their functions of mind are always identifying themselves with success. The memorial candle is burning today for Peter Felber, friend of Vision, who made his transition in June. The candle is also burning for Bill Collins, nephew of Billy Francis. Bill made his transition July 4th. And I'm just knowing for each of these families that the love of God surrounds them, comforts them, and the compassion of family and friends and our Vision family surround them with love. And just knowing that this candle is also burning for those that transitioned at the Trump rally, knowing that their family and their friends are surrounded with love and compassion. And I just know right here, right now, that this God of love, flows through all things and through all people, flows with love and joy and happiness and transformation. It flows through the fields of beautiful flowers, flows through the breeze that we're having in this summer month of July. It flows through Vision with the energy of love and peace and prosperity. And I just know as I stand here that this God, this energy, this spirit flows through me, surrounds me, walks ahead of me to guide me and support me as it walks behind me, above and below, and surrounds me with love and joy. And I know that each one of us, as we go on our journey, this same God, just as we were born, continues to flow through us as we are expressions of this spirit, of this God of love. And I know right here, right now, that as we continue on our experiences, whether it's going for a new job, finding another love bug, that this continues to flow through us throughout our lives. And that there is nothing that we cannot do as God continues to flow through us. We may have some setbacks, we might have some other experiences, but those experiences become wisdom and we become successful. And just knowing that this energy continues to flow as some of us may have some pain in our bones, may have some mental health issues, that those issues are released as this energy of God continues to flow through our bodies, flows through our minds, so that we can have peace flowing through our bodies and through our minds and through our consciousness. And as we embark today and Reverend Patti does her talk, that she too has this love of God flowing through her, this power of God flowing through her. And all throughout this month, as we, Vision, walks that wonderful Pride Parade this Saturday, that we are filled with love and peace and joy and excitement, and knowing that we are safe as we express ourselves as Vision. And just knowing this, I just give thanks. Give thanks for all these blessings of waking up this morning, waking up and saying hello to myself, hello to God, hello to my partner, hello to my friends and family. I give thanks as we move forward, knowing that all is well, all is God, and so it is.
So it is. Our guest today is known around the world and loved around the world for his soulful, loving music that also has a great wit to it. And the cool thing is he's a friend of Vision. So you can come next Saturday and hear Gregory Page sing and play for you the same stuff that he plays for thousands of people in Amsterdam and Sydney, Australia, and wherever he gets to. So please welcome Gregory Page.
Good morning. Thank you. Waking up. I don't usually get up before the crack of noon. It's kind of a miracle that I'm going to sing for you right now. Let's see what happens. My hope for you all along has been take care of yourself. To your heart be true, sing your own song, don't follow everyone else. And may all of your dreams come true. And when you think you've lost your way, those thoughts are just not true. Don't let them shake, don't let them rattle you. 'Cause every day's a new day. Count your blessings, I say. Get out of your own way so you can move. Don't look behind and ask why. Our ticket is for one ride. Green lights and blue skies are on their way. Yeah, they're on their way. My hope for you has always been a real love you will find. True happiness brings out the best with each other you both find. 'Cause in this crowded world, that's hard to find. And when you think you're moving slow and everyone flies by, it ain't true, don't let it fool your mind. 'Cause every day's a new day. Count your blessings, I say. Get out of your own way so you can move. Don't look behind and ask why. Our ticket is for one ride. Green lights and blue skies are on their way. When you break down, make it a breakthrough and do exactly what you're afraid to do. Day and night, life is dark and bright. Together with your shadow, you'll get through. Whoa, whoa. Every day's a new day. Count your blessings, I say. Get out of your own way so you can move. Don't look behind and ask why. Our ticket is for one ride. Green lights and blue skies are on their way. Yeah, they're on their way.
So, we are in the month of July, and July's theme is practice makes imperfect, right? We talked about that last week. Blah. Okay, so today's talk is try again. You know, like that old saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Now, if at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you. Okay, well. In 1840, Thomas Palmer published a prize essay, The Teacher's Manual, being an exposition of an efficient and economical system of education suited to the wants of a free people. Quite the title. Anyway, in his essay, Palmer wrote those very famous motivational words. "'Tis the lesson you should heed, try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again." Now, some people argue it was actually William Edward Hickson 4 years prior, 1836, who wrote it in his book, The Singing Master, but I could not prove that. I couldn't find it, so let's just leave it like that. If you research these things like I do, maybe you can find the answer to that one. But does that stuff bore you? I am like fascinated with that stuff. Anyway, somebody wrote it, and now I said it. Anyway, regardless of who said it first, the sentiment remains, right? If we fail at our first attempts, let's not abandon the effort, but continue to try. Try again. Okay. So what about that other really common saying that says doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? Is the definition of what now? Insanity. Yeah, insanity. So you got to look at like both of those things, If success, here's the thing, if success depended entirely on just trying harder, the coyote would have caught the roadrunner. Right? Long time ago. The message that effort solves everything is ingrained in the American psyche, but it's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. W.C. Fields said, "If at first you don't succeed, try again, then quit. There's no point in being a damn fool about it." So I suspect the truth really lies somewhere between those two. Effort is great, but it's only part, isn't it? It's only part of the solution. I was watching Wimbledon, like I do every year. 128 women and 128 men enter the open draw. One man will win, one woman will win. That's it. And every year, I see a lot of the same familiar names in the draw, right? And they all kind of, lose along the way somewhere. Most will go their entire professional tennis career never winning Wimbledon, right? Just never winning it. They'll get closer. They'll drop out. They'll lose earlier. They'll change their serve. They'll improve their backhand. They'll, raise their ability to play on grass, and they still may not win it, right? And so it's not all effort. And here's the thing, perhaps playing the game itself, playing a game as a career your whole life, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough for them. Winning at other tournaments is succeeding as well. A lot of those players may never win Wimbledon, but they win an ATP event. They win a 1,000-point competition or a 500 or whatever. They win other things. The rewards of consistency and excellence and attempts and willingness to fail, right? And the level of competition, all of that contribute. And rather than winning Wimbledon, maybe other players' success comes after their career. Maybe they become fabulous coaches or announcers, or they open up tennis academies or clinics. There is no way of knowing where the success is. But there's always success. But, because being in the arena can take many forms. It can just take many forms. There's still successes, even though their name's not on the trophy. And that's why we pray, don't we, in affirmative prayer, this or better, don't we? This or better. We don't pray, please, please, please let me win Wimbledon. This or better. Let me exercise the God-given talent. Let me enjoy and thrive in my environment. This or better. That's the moving your feet part. Right? We have to be open and available to what success looks like, because it may not look like that particular thing. And Theodore Roosevelt said, the man Everything was in the masculine gender back then. He said, the man who makes no mistakes usually does not make anything. Right? I mean, failing at something can teach us more. Many, many times it teaches us more. I know when you listen to those tennis players, the ones that don't make it to the final, some of their greatest lessons, they say, came at failure, came at the loss of a game or loss of a crucial point here or there. And it sticks with them, and they look at it and they analyze it and they do something different, right? Edison, right? Edison said, I found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. I mean, that's dedication. Lots and lots of different ways not to make a light bulb. And that leads to Samuel Beckett's quote, I love this, try again, fail better. Right? That's what we do. We don't give up, we fail better. And I know in business they say fail faster, right? Fail faster so we can move on, we can move forward to what works. And all of this sounds like a business seminar, I know. So how do we put this into the spiritual context of our lives? How do we do that? Ernest Holmes said this. He said, nothing can keep us from the love of God. And what a comfort that is to know. What a joy it is to know that all is well with our soul. What untold sufferings we have had because of our doubts and fears. We are told not to be afraid, for it is Spirit's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. We alone have tried to rob ourselves of our birthright, the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High, right? We're the ones standing in the way. We're the ones that are doubting and fearing, and we're the ones that are thinking we're not good enough. So let's bring this conversation into principle, right? I speak every week, almost. And one of the things that I say around the Miracle Minute is, try again, when I'm talking about meditation, don't I? I hope I don't scold. I'm not scolding. But I keep telling you, meditate. Pull out your meditation cushion and meditate, right? Why not? Sit on your cushion. Do it anyway. It's good for you. I tell you every week. And you know, what if that's not your particular way to meditate? There are lots and lots of ways to meditate, right? Don't give up the practice. Change the procedure. Right? Don't give up the practice. Change the procedure. If sitting on the cushion just does not work for you, do a walking meditation. Meditate out in the woods. Go to the seaside and sit and listen to the waves. Do something different. Do something different. Change it up. Because if we continue to try again and have no breakthrough and have no improvement, what happens? We feel like we are doing it wrong. And isn't that just a soul crusher? We feel like we're doing it wrong. We beat ourselves up with new thought. Isn't that lovely? Oh my God, new thought, the old-fashioned shame method. It's like, no, that's why we're in new thought, is to have a new thought. And then we drag those old feelings right into this teaching. Oh my God, you sinner, you failure. You can't even get spirituality right. What's wrong with you? And the same goes for your prayer practice. If I'm not seeing in the external what I have prayed for in the internal, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get this right? Where's the law of attraction when I need it, huh? You start getting frustrated. And you take out your list of new thought things to do. Meditate, check, right? Pray, check. Say affirmations every morning, check. Stay positive, check. Things manifest that I don't count on. What the heck is going on? Right, I'm doing all the right stuff. Where's my Mercedes-Benz? Oh, come on, it's true. Where's my $1 million? Where's my lotto winnings? When manifestation occurs from the subjective mind, which it does, we can get unexpected results. Yes? Anybody? Am I the only one? You manifest things, you're like, what the hell? Where did that come from? It's true. It's true. It's true. But we get things that maybe we're not consciously thinking of, but subconsciously thinking of, below our level of awareness, that universal subjective mind. And there it is. There it is. It's out there in the physical world. And you're like, yeah, I was praying apples, I was getting oranges. What is going on? And we call that the post-manifestational awareness. Post-manifestational awareness, right? Because I think I'm thinking something, but apparently I'm thinking something else because there it is, right? There it is. I didn't know I was having those thoughts that outpictured as conditions in my life. We start to think that remaining unconscious for our whole lives would have been a whole lot easier than living spiritually. Don't you feel that way sometimes? Like, oh my God, this teaching is just such a PIA. I should have just remained unconscious the rest of my life and just blamed everything on everybody else. It would have been an easier life than having to wake up all the time to everything. Living spiritually, holy moly. And here's the deal. We feel this way. We get those feelings every once in a while. I get them every once in a while. Do you? You get those every once in a while? Like, oh God, it would have been easier if I stayed unconscious my whole life. Blame everybody else for stuff. We feel this way because our ego has hijacked our spiritual practice. That's really what's happened. Our ego has hijacked our spiritual practice. Bad, good, right, wrong, get, obtain, succeed, win, right? That's all ego speak. We don't get what we pray for. That's ego speak. Oh, well, you did it wrong. You didn't get what you wanted. The ego says, when we are on the spiritual path, nothing should surprise us, right? This is your ego talking. When I am on the spiritual path, I am in charge of everything. I am consciously choosing my own way. That's all ego speak. That's all it is. I am constantly choosing, so I am going to get exactly what I visualize. And I am always serene, and I am always at peace, because I know nothing could ever happen that I am not consciously choosing. And here's the thing. When unforeseen events befall us, and they do, we think we're doing spirituality wrong, don't we? We start beating ourselves up again. We think we're doing spirituality wrong. If I were good enough, if I were spiritual enough, if I prayed hard enough, if I meditated more, then fill in the blank, right? I would have that house, or I'd have that car, or I'd have that special someone, or that person I love wouldn't die. When things fail to appear, right, it's because we're not good enough. That's what we feel. That's what we feel when we pray apples and we get oranges. And all the while, this is the great part, and all the while, our spiritual self, our higher self, is simply and sweetly loving life as us, through us. Just loving life as who and what we are. Can't that be good enough for us? The spiritual lesson of Jesus was not about coming in first. It was never about being the best. It was always about being together, about supporting each other in good times and bad, in challenging times and celebration times, to remind each other, even throughout the conditions, that we are whole, perfect, and complete, just as we are. That was his message always. We're okay, we're fine, we're perfect, just as we are. The story of the Christ consciousness, sitting with the broken, right? Sitting with the outcasts, sitting with the sick, to reveal the wholeness all along, to remind each and every one that we are one on this spiritual journey together. Jesus was a mascot for the powerful and the wealthy. He was there to remind us through the hard times and through the difficulties that we are still whole, regardless of what we are physically conditioning, conditionally going through. When we sit with each other, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We are practicing the true teachings of Jesus. That's what he was here to do, to remind us of our wholeness, to sit with us through the highs and the lows and everything in between, and to recognize the spiritual self within us, whole, perfect, and complete, never, ever wanting or needing or broken. Here's what I know. We outpicture unexpected things, don't we? We outpicture things and we're like, oh, I was not praying for that, right? Things we're disappointed by, things we're saddened by, sickened by. And what that does is it can bring us closer into our spiritual practice. It brings us closer in. We wonder, we want to know why. We're heartbroken. We want to make sense of things. We draw closer in to our spiritual self, to that higher self within us, right? Jesus said, somewhere in Mark, I don't remember, don't quote me. It was somewhere in Mark, he said, the healthy have no need of a physician, only those who are sick. That's what he did. He ministered to those with those false ideas of less than, right? He didn't work with the wealthy. He didn't work with the powerful. They thought they had no need of him. Right? He worked with the people so that he could teach them to change their thinking and change their lives. That's really what he did, right? Change their thinking, change their life, just like we want to do. So when our outpicturing doesn't look like we want, it can make us throw our spiritual practice away, can't it? Don't you know people like that? Oh, this stuff doesn't work. Forget it. I gotta do it myself. If at first you don't succeed, try again, right? Then quit. That's what some people do. If at first you don't succeed, try something different. Try it a different way. It brings us closer in to our practice. It brings us closer into the true self that we are, to the higher self that we are. It brings us into communion with the divine so that we can find our way through and get to this or better. This or better. Ernest Holmes said, somewhere along the line, we have got to find the faith greater than all of our doubts and our fears and our uncertainties. Somewhere along the line, we must find the love greater than all the animosity, the peace beyond our confusion. This is the pathway that we are all secretly seeking, whether we know it or not. We are being guided by a loving intelligence, which evermore seeks to bring us comfort and goodwill, happiness and success, health and abundance. And if you're not there yet, try again. Thank you.
I was mesmerized. Thank you. Wow. I had a whole different song planned until what you just said. So now I kind of feel like this song is kind of speaking. Now it's time for a real change. Say goodbye to the old days. For your eyes are opening wide so they can see a new way. Now the sun shines down on your one life. 'Cause when when you're dead, you are dead for a long time. Get out of your chair, take the stage. You gotta give yourself a big break and let the good times roll. Right now, not tomorrow. Right now, right now, right now, not tomorrow. Yesterday is old news, just a story to remind you to be sure that where you once were, you never will return to. Now the sun shines down on your one life, 'cause when you're dead, you are dead for a long time. Get out of your chair, take the stage. You've got to give yourself a big break and let the good times roll. Right now, not tomorrow. Right now, right now, right now, not tomorrow. Thank you, Vision. Thank you.
I love that. And the concert is this Saturday, right? Yes. Okay, can't wait. Yay. So now it is time for conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back. It is just that proving that principle of abundance in our lives, knowing that everything we get, regardless of where it comes from in our lives, we know ultimately all good is from God. So we remain in the circulation and we give back and we receive and we give back. It's lovely. It's lovely the way it works. So if you are choosing to give today, thank you so much. If you give online, oh my gosh, we love that even more because then we can plan better. You know, we plan our budgets all around that kind of stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Eternal goodness and blessings. So let's pray. I know that Spirit is everything, everywhere, everyone, all the time. There is no place absent of the energy which is God. And I know right here, right now, it manifests itself as abundance in and through and as our lives. We see it everywhere we look, from the grains of sand on the beach to blades of grass to leaves on trees. We just look everywhere and we see the abundance of God is present. And I know that it is present in our lives as well. That as we give, so we do receive. There is a balance. There is always a cycle of eternal return as we give gratefully and we receive graciously, and then we give from that again. We just remain in the river of God's abundance, knowing and accepting and giving and being the life of Spirit and form. It is all God. It is all good. And so it is.
So it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. Receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. Back to where my soul is fed. As I give,
So when you get that demonstration of answered prayer in your life, you need to email me so I can read it out to the group and we can all celebrate that demonstration of answered prayer. It's Rev Patti, it's in the bulletin, I think. RevPatti@visioncsl.com. Drop a line, let me know the good that's happening in your life, because really everything is a miracle, right? We woke up this morning, we're here, we have transportation, rooms, houses, whatever. Everything is a miracle. So drop me a line, let me know of your latest and greatest miracle demonstration. And now it is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirkham.
Did it get cloudy all of a sudden when I was coming up here? The heck? Who set me up? Hello, everybody online. We're continuing our meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us for a community outside the world here and come say hello to our people who are watching online. For those of us in the room, we have a great lunch. And then after that, we're having our annual meeting today. So you are in for a good treat. We're doing it from 12 to 1 today. We're going to be talking about what happened in the last year, our ideas about for the next year, as well as we're voting in our new core council member. So join us and be a part of that. If you are not a member, you can still stick around. If you are a member, you're going to be signing in. We'll have TK and Susie in the back signing you up. So thank you for that. This week we're very busy. We have a Wednesday night open mic night here. That's a fun night where we have Jim Bianchi's playing on the piano. You can come and play an instrument or sing or read poetry. Come and be a part, 7 p.m. Thursday night, we've got a concert with Andy and Nathan. They're kicking off Pride Week with their concert. They're part of their concert series. That'll be Thursday night, 7 p.m. We're setting up the cabaret tables. Going to be fun. Join us for another fantastic concert here at Vision. On Saturday morning, we are walking in the Pride Parade. So we are going to be putting Elle, are you coming up to talk today? Come on up, Elle. So the group has gotten together. We've got shirts, we've got bags, we are. Come on up. Keep coming. I'm covering space until you get here. So tell us about what we're doing.
Okay, hello everybody. So we're having our Vision Pride Parade on July 20th, which is Saturday. The walkers need to arrive by 11:50, and it's going to be at 4027 Normal Street, which is called Al Satine School. We have 23 walkers signed up, so thank you everyone who signed up. We have room for 2 more. And the decorators are going to arrive at 9:30 to help decorate. And the step-off times when we enter the parade is at 12:45 p.m. Please bring your Pride t-shirt and comfortable attire. Water will be provided by Vision. Thank you to the diversity team, as well as Patti, John, and Larry.
Very good. Thank you, Al. These are the cool little shirts. We got in the white ones, too. So these are the black ones. And Liz put these together. Thank you, Liz, for doing that. So we got them available. So for those of you who aren't walking, we will have them available in the bookstore to purchase. First, we got to make sure we cover everybody in there, and then we'll have the extras because we don't want to be less. So those will be available in the bookstore. They're $25 a piece. Hope you'll check that out. How about Gregory Page today? Gregory, come on up. So I want Gregory to talk a little bit about his concert. It's this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Come and tell us what you're going to be doing, Gregory.
Thank you for inviting me to be part of your Saturday event. I have an evening planned of poetry, storytelling, humor, and some new music, and I'll be debuting a brand new film that I made on a friend of mine who owned a record shop. I just got back from a long run of shows overseas, and I haven't had a place yet in my hometown to share this one-man show that I had developed overseas. And so it really is it's a nice, joyful experience for me to be able to come here and share with you this show that I've had 6 weeks to kind of build into. And I'll also have a surprise guest. So hope to see you on Saturday. And I'd like to sign up on the walk if I can. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Gregory. So I don't know if you guys know this or not. Gregory goes over to Europe. Where are you going? Where do you normally go? Denmark? Where are you at? The Netherlands. He sells out like concert halls. I mean, it's not a little bit. I've seen some of the pictures. They're like 400 or 500 people in a room. So Gregory Page is somebody, and we need to support him in San Diego. So I want you to come and be a part. Thank you, Gregory. Mr. James Vandenberg, you've got a class coming up.
I do.
What do we got?
I do. Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing. I first read this book like shortly after I graduated as a practitioner, thanks to Nan Agresti, who has transcribed it for the archives. But I read it, and afterwards I thought, where the heck was this when I was trying to wrap my head around all this stuff? It's written into 12 short little lessons that each just like, here's the lesson, let me say that again shorter, and then here's a way to make it work for you, just a little personal lesson. And really, it's been kind of my go-to book whenever I've been feeling kind of stuck in my spiritual practice, or feeling like maybe I just should unplug everything and plug it all back in again real slowly. So I invite you to join me. This is Tuesday evening starting on July 23rd. It's both online and in person, so your preference. The book, you get a way to download the book. It's not available anywhere except on your confirmation email. Yeah, but you'll get that. And if you're planning on just showing up, you gotta let me know so I can get you the book, okay? But yes, 5 Tuesday evenings, July 23rd. It'll be 7 to 8:30, and we'll be in this room back here or online via Zoom. I hope you'll join me.
Thank you, James. So on the 28th, we're doing AED training. Lou purchased that nice AED machine in there, which we're going to be practicing that. I think we're learning a little CPR as well. We're going to be doing it right here in the room. So if you're interested in doing that, sign up. It's over on the board, but I want to remind you on the 28th, we will be doing that in the room here. So it is the beginning of the fiscal year for Vision. And we'll be talking a little bit about how it went last year, but we have started up our fundraiser for this year, and it's our first one, and it's a matching fundraiser. This is one where we have a magnificent donor who is giving us up to $10,000 to match. So every dollar you give will be matched dollar for dollar. So that's our first fundraiser for this quarter. We're going to be doing it through this month and next month. If you're interested, just when you give your donation, just say this is for the matching fundraiser. We appreciate that. $10,000, that will bring 20 grand into this organization from the beginning. So thank you very much for that donor. And for everybody who's supporting that, thank you already. You can do that online as well. You can click on the button to give, and it's underneath the fundraiser program. So thank you. Become a member of Vision. We keep on talking about becoming a member of Vision. In August, we will be welcoming in new people too. So if you are interested and are not a member of Vision yet, and shame on you if you're not. We don't do guilt here. Okay, we don't do guilt here. We'd love for you to join us. No, anyway, so there's forms available. Come and be a part of Vision. We'd love for you to say yes and be a part of our organization. It's very easy to do. You just sign a form and say, yes, I love you, and we love you. That's really what it's all about. Next week, Reverend Patti is not here. We have a guest speaker, Tracy Smith, one of our practitioners here at Vision. Yes. She is speaking, and her talk title is Practicing the Presence. We have Mariah Angeline in the house band who's going to be here, so really fun and fantastic. Want to mention online, for those of you online who can't come to the meeting today, I sent you an email on Friday, and there's a link for Zoom, and there will also be a link for your voting. The voting will be open up at 12 noon, so I'll put that, so it's right now not available. At noon it will be available, Zoom link to watch our annual meeting. Thanks.
I would love to have the practitioners and ministers come to the front of the room. We're going to be ready to do prayer. Just absolutely, that's what we're special. We're experts at doing prayer. So come on up, be ready. The rest of us, we're going to stand up and we're going to say our affirmations. Oh, yeah. We're good? We're good. I love these. Okay, you ready? You with me? We're going to say them together. I am patient with myself. I encourage myself. I learn and grow every day. Okay, they're short, sweet, and to the point. Let's say all three of them again. You ready? I am patient with myself. I encourage myself. I learn and grow every day. Oh, so sweet and truthful. Let's go within in prayer right here, right now, one last time, and know that the truth of this, that we are already whole, perfect, and complete. That thing that we think we're searching for is already within us. We know that spiritual truth, that spiritual prototype, is the perfect us. It lives and breathes and has its being through us and as us in the world. We know this as truth. We give great thanks for it. the truth of Spirit right now, living its life through us, being the love, being the joy, being the peace, being the we are. I let it be, and so it is.
Peace for the world starts with me. 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 There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. Peace for the world starts with me. Peace for the world starts with me. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. There's no one here to judge, nothing here to overcome. I'm standing in my truth, I see God in everyone. Peace for the world starts with me. Peace for the world starts with me. Peace for the world starts with me. Peace for the world starts with me.